I'm so grateful you're here to learn about parental alienation and adult child estrangement and how to prevent it in the first place. First, we need to learn about it, and then we will cover ways to prevent it in future episodes. And adult child estrangement can actually come from parental alienation, and a child might actually believe that they're estranged when they were actually alienated. And we will go into more details on justified estrangements in a future episode. So, what is parental alienation? Well, it occurs when one parent hates the other parent more than they love their children. This can occur in intact families, and sometimes it does months or years before there's actually a separation or divorce. But it's way more frequent when there is a divorce, and even worse if there has been a history of domestic violence or extreme imbalance of control. Studies are showing epidemic levels of adult child and parental estrangement. And the difference between estrangement and parental alienation will go on to more in future episodes. But isn't it just sad and unfortunate to think that children are estranging from their parents due to misinformation that they are given by the alienating parent? And the best thing to do as far as this goes is to learn about what other adult children's experiences were and what that looked like for them, and make sure that it's not occurring in your family. If you're doing any of the behaviors, it's time to stop. Sign up for my newsletter. I'll send you a list of alienating behaviors. And if the other parent is conducting a campaign of denigration on you, there's much that you need to do to keep your kid out of the conflict. So the adult children that I would highly recommend just listening to their YouTube channel or some of their podcasts would be the Anti-Alienation Project. Maddie started that. And then Ryan Thomas Speaks. He's a formerly alienated adult child, and he coaches parents and hopefully the children on how to get back into a relationship with their estranged adult children. So there's 4 major components to parental alienation, and it's important to take action during the first one so it doesn't get out of control where you can't do anything about it. The first step basically is where the child is getting diminished respect, trust, and loyalty of the targeted parent, and they may be expressing disapproval of the targeted parent. And sometimes it's just superfluous issues like, I don't like the color of their hair, or they don't have any hair, or they got a weight issue. Just things that might be coming from the alienating parent. They might have justifications for being hostile toward the targeted parent and or extended family members that they used to love. And they may be adopting the opinions of the alienating parent. Your sport of playing pickleball is stupid. And that's just coming from the alienating parent. So they have an idealized perspective of the alienating parent while they're rejecting the targeted parent. And this is the time to take action and get experts involved. It can get worse. It goes on to a loss of good feelings, and they may even become violent with the targeted parent. They may just go shut themselves in the room when they're with the targeted parent. And then it gets even worse. They may even refuse to go on visitation so that they have little or no relationship whatsoever with the targeted parent. Maybe they'll refuse communications. They won't even talk to you. And then it gets to a point where maybe the targeted parent has even given up because they don't have a relationship with the child anymore. And the child might move into adulthood thinking that they're estranged for good reasons because the targeted parent didn't love them, or the targeted parent didn't pay their child support, or just many, many issues. And we'll go into more of that later. But they will enter adulthood thinking that they are justified in estrangement when they were actually manipulated by the alienating parent into rejecting the targeted parent. And sometimes children will develop physical symptoms such as headaches or stomach aches, irritable bowel syndrome, depression, anxiety. And this is the time to take swift action, involve therapist and the doctor to put a stop to this. Now, there are some experts that are helping parents of adult children that have estranged, and the parent's objective obviously is to try to reconnect with their estranged adult children. And one of the most prominent experts in this area is Dr. Joshua Coleman. He's a psychologist, and he wrote the book called Rules of Estrangement. He also wrote another book called When Parents Hurt, and he's written numerous articles, and he conducts online webinars for parents hoping to change their behaviors and reconnect with their adult children. And according to his informal survey of over 1,700 parents that he's worked with, he thinks that approximately 70% of the cases are places where there has been a divorce. So this is really a sad outcome of divorce, and it's something that needs to change. There's another expert, Dr. Amy Baker, a researcher, and she has written a book called Adult Children of Parental Alienation, and she's written a couple other books as collaboration with other experts. There's Tina Gilbertson, and she started the Reconnection Club, a membership area, and she helps parents that are hoping to heal themselves and reconnect with their adult children. So today, your takeaway is sign up for the newsletter so you get the list of alienating behaviors and future videos. Be sure to learn the impact that parental alienation has on adult children by listening to the people I mentioned earlier. And just be diligent and take action if you see or hear something going on that just doesn't feel right. And I look forward to connecting with you on the next